Hello and welcome to the TMC Newsroom. My name is Rich Tehrani. Thanks for watching us. We're in San Jose this week, speaking with some of the best and brightest companies in the Silicon Valley area. And on our program today is Jake Rasweiler. He's the COO of On-RampWireless. Jake, welcome to the show.
Thank you.
So just as a matter of geography, your company is not actually in Silicon Valley, right?
No, we're located in San Diego, California.
So thanks for making the trip to
Thanks
see
for having
us
us.
here. I guess we're in the same state anyway. So I thought we'd start off by talking about your company and what products it makes.
Sure. On-RampWireless was launched about 3 years ago, and we developed we pioneered a new radio communications technology really optimized for the Internet of Things, machine-to-machine communications. Our technology allows for very long-range, two-way communications to sensors and other devices. The technology is really driven by low power, long range for critical infrastructure. Our capabilities allow us to talk to underground devices and leverage a lot of the infrastructure that utilities or other critical infrastructure companies use. And as such, we provide a very holistic solution that allows for them to bring all the ecosystem of devices and sensors on that grid or in the water industry or whatever together in a common platform.
So a lot of metering and smart grid sort of apps,
Absolutely.
right?
Metering, water metering, gas metering, electric metering, fault circuit indicators, smart transformer monitoring, FAA warning lights. We're really taking advantage of having this proliferation of devices and sensors needing to be connected and having enabling technology that allows us to do that. Another key aspect of the technology is that it's a global platform. We operate on a global frequency band, so with one SKU we can go around the world. Our key innovation is that the long range is enabled by digital spread spectrum technology, which allows us to hear very weak signals and pull signals out of very hard to reach locations. And we're very advantaged relative to other technologies around the globe to be able to do that.
It's first used in the military, right? Years back?
It's what I would call the generic spread spectrum technology was used in the military. On-Ramp really pioneered a new implementation of it, similar to LTE is a new technology or WiMAX is a new technology. On-Ramp's ULP technology is a new radio technology, really optimized for this space. It's characterized by the long-range, very weak signal capability.
So potential customers, who would your potential customers be? Utilities, I would imagine you said FAA, government agencies, just, I guess, people who have massive amounts of things to track?
Yes, I would say everyone that you just mentioned. I'd also add, the people that make the meters themselves, the system integrators that are really trying to solve the problems, the complex problems of multiple dispersed assets or sensors that need to be connected. Rather than just saying it's just a meter, it's just a sensor that needs to be connected. It's really a problem about having situational awareness of the entire grid. So we allow them at a very low cost and a very low power device to be able to bring all of these devices together so they can get a full awareness of the entire grid or operation that they're running.
Now, at what phase or at what point should companies call you? Early on in their design? In the midpoint?
I would say that it depends. So what I would call a client, a utility, is they're really starting to figure out how they move beyond the substation or move beyond the pump or lift station or a major gas distribution point. As they get out into the areas where battery powered is needed, they're harder to reach, the price sensitivity goes up because there's many more of these devices on the grid. On-Ramp is really in a great position to help them get to that next frontier of devices. If it's a system integrator, and they are already solved the easy things on the grid, and now they're really getting into the hard to reach locations. They're at the end of an AMI deployment with the metering deployment, and there's a lot of meters that are left over. On-Ramp's really in a position to help them finish out their scope of work. And anybody who really wants to, actually in Europe and in Asia, metering is really starting to take off. The U.S. Got a jump on the rest of the world, the U.S. and Australia, a couple of years ago. It's really starting to ramp up in Asia.
Is it because of the government programs to invest in it? Was that?
Yeah, well, the U.S., yes.
Was that a long-term positive that they did that?
I think so. I think some of the early deployments were a little bit challenged in that they were really interested in just trying to deploy it. Now they're really starting to look at the business case, and On-Ramp's in a position to really improve that business case relative to technologies that have been used today. But in Europe and Asia, especially in Europe, there's a Smart 2020 initiative. So a lot of people are really ramping up to be ready to have 80% of all meters smart by the year 2020. And so that hockey stick of deployment is really coming in now.
Great. So final question is, what's next for the company?
I think we're going to have some really exciting announcements come out over the next quarter with some big partners that we're working with. Our strategy is to go global with the technology and enable others to build this Internet of Things. And I think we're going to have some very exciting announcements coming out in the next few weeks.
And currently, I think one of the more recent announcements was you're working with GE, right?
Yeah, GE Imagination named us as one of their partners, and we're very excited about that. They've been a big advocate and a big partner with us. Some of the other partners that we have are GridSense for smart transformer monitoring and Schweitzer for fault circuit indicator monitoring. So we consider this our ecosystem partners to really take the technology, embed it to enable monitoring of these Internet of Things.
Great. Thanks for being on the program.
Thank you so much.